The following presentation is brought to you by the Realm Network.
Okay, it's Thursday, and you know what that means here on the Realm Network. I'm going after my producer, Mark, every show with this Realm Network. I do that more for iTunes because they must think I'm crazy. They can't see what I'm doing. It's Thursday, and Thursday means football with Miss Paula. And we have gone through 17 weeks of regular season football. We have survived the wild card week, which we are about to talk about, and we will get into the divisional playoffs. But I have to tell you, my wardrobe is changing. I now sport the half a giant shirt and the BDE hat. You are sporting nothing, Dallas.
Nope.
We are just two indifferent people talking about football now.
I am to the point where, is it over yet? Is it over yet?
This was the most exciting week of football, and I don't mean exciting in a good way. This was the most. What the hell happened this week?
Oh my gosh, I know. Did my Texans even show up? What happened?
I don't know. Like, it was so bad because my boy asked me, why is JJ Watt laying on the floor? And then you sent the best message ever. Someone explained to me what happened. I just turned on the TV and my badass JJ Watt is gone.
Yeah, like what happened? Well, then he came back like right after I sent that message. I'm like, what's going on? And then everybody responded. And then a few minutes later, he came back out, and then he was out again. I'm like, okay, I'm done.
I think he pulled his groin or something.
That's what that's what I saw.
But that was if you've never done that, I actually did that. And he came back in the same game, so he probably made it worse. But to me, he's to quote you, he's a badass. He's a man.
He's a badass.
He's gonna play. He knows it's the playoffs. But Houston,
there's no vagina boy there.
No, and that's the best. By the way, by far the best hashtag we've had this season. But Houston did not come to play. Why they waited so long, and why the ex-Dallas Cowboy Wheaton wasn't throwing the ball is beyond me.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on there.
That was the worst. Like watching that game, and that's how it started off on Saturday. That was the game that kicked off. And watching, going, what? And not like Kansas City was like so convincing that they were going to win that game outright. It's just Houston wasn't playing.
They weren't playing. Yeah. When I was watching it, I'm like, what am I watching here? What's going on? Like, why aren't we? Do they not realize this is a playoff game? Like, what's going on here?
Yeah, I think it was just the opposite. That whatever his name was, Morley, whatever the quarterback's name for Houston, was just he was like a kid who walked onto a field and there was a bunch of grown men playing the game and he just wanted to be involved.
Yeah, pick me.
Yeah, and I have to throw it and not get hit. He was rotten. I don't expect him to be starting next year, but what do I know?
Yeah, well, especially the way things have been going for all of the teams. You never know what's going to happen.
Then we get to we'll finish wild card week and get to some news, and this is going to be the best. I'm so looking forward to this part of the conversation. So then we have the Steelers playing the Cincinnati Bengals.
I know where you're going, but go ahead.
And not only would you think, okay, at least we're going to see some football. All we saw was mugging. I think we saw a few pickpockets. We saw someone got I don't want to use the word I wanted to use, and then Big Ben gets hurt, tears the ligaments in his shoulder, it turns out, comes back into the game. And then the most conversation of the whole week going into this week are the Bengals. Who forget the guy that we're going to spend a little time with later, Burfict or whatever the heck his name is. The Bengals beat themselves. Literally, Pac-Man Jones, what a shock. Wasn't he? Didn't he play for Dallas? Anyway, moving on. Pac-Man Jones, penalty, whatever it is, penalty. Steelers kick the field goal. Cincinnati's out. The year Cincinnati had, and they're out of it in the playoffs that fast.
Mm-hmm. Now, what happened after the game? Were people throwing stuff on the field?
Oh, geez. So then the conversation is when they took Ben off the field. The first time he was on the cart and he had his arm in the thing, and there's water bottles and there's beer cans or whatever they're throwing.
Yeah.
So they were throwing things all over, but somewhere there was like over half a dozen people arrested for throwing things. And where
was this game played at?
It was in Ohio.
Oh.
It wasn't in Cleveland.
But it's still Ohio.
As close to the turd as you could get.
Yeah.
I have waited till today, knowing I didn't even call you all week, knowing I am not going to ruin it because I want to hear it. Ohio should be banned.
It's trash. It's a trash state.
But how do you break? They draft players from all over the country. And what happens as soon as they step into that state line?
Yep, trash.
I mean, so we'll get right to this guy. So first of all, Pac-Man Jones says the guy, Antonio Brown, was faking the injury.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
So that, to me, football's in a tough state as it is. I have a really good podcast coming up next week to further, because you and I talk about concussions all the time and Will Smith. And so I sit down and I talk to a great guy, David Brady, next week on the show, and we talk about concussions and what they do. Pac-Man Jones comes out and says Antonio Brown should have got a Grammy for his. Now, first of all, I thought Grammy was music.
It is.
So I don't want to say Pac-Man Jones is a jackass, but maybe he meant Emmy.
Maybe, yeah.
Emmy, acting, Grammy music.
Something, yeah. I'm with you. There's stuff I want to say, but I probably shouldn't.
I'm trying. So we won't get through the whole podcast, but I'm trying so hard right now. So this illiterate son of a gun, who all he can do is run fast, Pac-Man Jones, who was involved in the fracas at the end of the game anyway, going after one of the coaches. Yeah. Which caused another 15 yards, which made them kick the thing. Regardless, Cincinnati, who had a really decent year, is out of the playoffs. And this guy, Bontaz Burfict or whatever.
Burfict suspended.
So suspended for 3 games. For people who don't read the news or follow the game or whatever it is, so he had almost $70,000 in fines the last time he played Pittsburgh. The last time they played Pittsburgh, so mid-December, they played Pittsburgh, and he almost had $70,000 in fines on 3 safety issue hits. The beginning of the game, the league goes out and says, play the game clean. Refs do this. You saw at the beginning of the game, right? So they called it the no landing zone. The referees and the coaches are all in the 50-yard line, making sure both teams stay away from each other.
Right.
And it does the complete opposite. And this guy runs roughshod. And he's got to go.
Yeah.
If this was wrestling,
he'd be out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, he's got enough money that he just doesn't care. I mean, I don't know. What?
$70,000.
That's what I'm saying. $70,000. You would think you would learn a lesson, but
and not in the $70,000 for the season. That was $70,000 for 1 game.
Right.
Now he's suspended for the first 3 games of next season without pay.
Good.
So much so now they're going after the coach because they're saying, Coach, why are you letting this guy keep doing this? I personally, as a coach, I usually say, you can't control him on the field. You got to get that guy out of there.
Yeah.
He's
you can't control everything and everyone because there's so much going on and so many players. But once you see he starts doing stuff like that, then you pull him. You don't keep letting him play because that's just leading into more happening.
The way the league is going now, they're not going to put those guys on anything TV, in my opinion. They keep them off of anything TV because who wants to see that?
Yeah.
So much so that the next day, and we talk about the next two games, I think the NFL, and I don't know for sure, but because we didn't hear anything all Sunday, last Sunday, I think the NFL told everybody don't even talk about that game.
Yeah,
and they just kept passing it over.
Yeah, and the Antonio Brown thing, I watched that hit, and of course they kept playing it over and over, and I was watching a little bit this morning, and they were playing it over and over, and if he was acting, then yeah, he's a good actor, because the way when he got hit and the way he fell and laid there,
his neck. I mean, whether it was his shoulder, whether it was the shoulder that got him or the head that got him, you can't act and put your body in that.
No,
I don't think you can. That's your point. If he can, then good for him. Deion Sanders, who's now stirring the pot. Wait a minute, another cowboy. Anyway, Deion Sanders, he went and defended him.
Antonio or
defended Burf Bisquick.
Oh, perfect.
He said that a hit's a hit, and that's the way the game is played. And I'm a little shocked by that, because I think he's a pretty good analyst, and he knows the game, the Hall of Famer. But to defend that, I don't know. I don't know how you defend that after a while. And I think that's the wrong stance for guys who represent the league to take.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't hear that part.
Yeah, Deion Sanders went and said, "Hey, man, it was a hit, and it was a clean hit, and he couldn't see, and all these things." And so he went on a little tirade. And then Boomer Esiason comes out and said, "Today, I'm ashamed of being a Bengal." And Boomer Esiason was the best quarterback they'd ever seen there, and he said, "I'm ashamed of being a Bengal." Mm-hmm. So
you should be.
Yeah, that was a crappy. I wouldn't even want to see that in preseason. That's not even a bunch of hungry guys playing a game. That's just a couple guys doing what they want to do. And unfortunately, you make a name for yourself one of two ways, right? Really good and being noticed, or being noticed for acting like a jackass.
Yeah. Yep.
So 3 games. I think there's more to come of it. 3 games unpaid. Moving on. Hopefully, well, here's the good news. We don't have to talk about Cincinnati or Cleveland until Jerry Jones signs Manziel.
No. Not happening.
I think RG3 is going to Dallas, but that's just
That's okay. I don't. That's fine. Anybody but Dirty Brown.
Oh, Dirty Brown. Dirty Brown. And now what are we? Stanky Bengals. The Dirty Browns and the Stanky Bengals.
Stanky Bengals, yeah.
Golly. Okay, let's get away from them. I just thought that's the worst thing. That's the only conversation going on about playoff football. Is that. Anywho. By the way, did I mention I got 3 picks out of 4 and you got 1 pick out of 4? Did we mention that yet?
Yeah, I probably should have listened to the people that were bullying me to pick this other one.
Because you even said, I have their picks, but I'm staying with what I want to do.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yay. Yay, boys. Boy.
Yeah, what I get? Just the Seattle game?
That's it. You got Seattle. Mm-hmm. And I can't believe you went with the Redskins. Oh, I felt so bad for that guy.
They were playing good. That was actually a good game. And then
that was a good football game.
After the second half,
it wasn't good. The first half, and we'll go to the Seahawks and the Vikings in a minute. That Aaron Rodgers, he's like the moodiest guy. He had the boo-boo face. The safety. It starts off with a safety.
Hashtag vagina boy.
Hashtag vagina boys. Aaron Rodgers started off with the boo-boo face, and then you saw his attitude change. They started to do good and score. Then you saw him excited and patting his guys on the back. I'm like, I don't know, man. I think you got to be that way the whole time. That's just me. Yeah. But the Packers squeaked one out.
Yep.
And they're in it, so I'm gonna stay with the Pack. But the Redskins didn't play bad at all. They really didn't.
They looked really good.
Except for the kid from the Eagles, Jackson, on the touchdown, pulling the ball out of bounds.
Oh yeah.
But things happen. It didn't. That wasn't the do all, end all. But the Redskins look good. They're they're gonna be tough next year now.
Yeah, they did a lot better than they did last year.
Yeah.
You won't be getting moccasins now. John Crowther won't be sending you any moccasins.
I'm John Crowther. You better send me the moccasins anyway, because I'm, I forget what he sent me. Wait a minute. Let me look on this contraption, because he sent me. he actually made me laugh because he says, "Oh well," and that's the funny part when he goes, "Oh well." Well, he told me, he goes, "Look, we've got a baseball game at FedEx Field because it was 2-0 and 5-0." So John makes me laugh. John, listen to me close. I want the moccasins. Now I'm excited.
Now he's like, at Paula Soft at DeMott. Might as well be, and y'all have better draft picks at least till we trade RG3 to Dallas.
Everybody knows.
I'll take him. Anybody but Dirty Brown.
I'll tell you what. I don't know. Maybe he just needed that kick in the pants, RG3. But they said that was it. He thanked everybody at the end of the game. Mm-hmm. He walked out of the stadium quietly. I was reading one of the guys. I forget what's his name from ESPN, and he carried himself well. Mm-hmm. He didn't. And that's you and I talk about it all the time. You've got two options here. You can show out or you can show up.
Right.
So he showed up. He was ready to go when he could play, and he just did everything the right way. And so hopefully, maybe we see him next year or something. But he'd be a hard guy to pass up and not at least give a shot to.
Well, I know before we were out of everything, they showed some fans, and supposedly, I don't know if it was family or just friends of his at the Dallas game with Dallas jerseys with RG3 on the back of them.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think everybody on iTunes, you heard it here first. Miss Paula and I, we're saying RG3 is going to Dallas.
Dallas. Yep.
And then the Seahawks and the Vikings.
What a game! 10-9. That was like.
That was somebody score.
Yeah.
Somebody do something. It didn't help that it was negative 25 degrees.
I know.
Which was awesome to watch guys who had the full ski mask and breathing the smoke, but they all had short sleeves.
I know.
So I'm trying to think, do I keep my shoulders warm or do I keep my nose warm? I don't know. But I think it would be harder to breathe. So good game. Then that poor kid. You want to be a pro and you get put in the limelight. So the running joke was, how does he get blamed for scoring all the points in the game and still losing? Right? Because he kicks 3 field goals. Mm-hmm. And then he misses the one.
The one, yeah.
27-yard field goal. He became the GOAT. And tough spot to be at. What's that? Yeah, the punter breaking his nose was the best part ever.
Oh, God, yeah, when he fell.
That was great. Oh. I sat there with Butchie, and as soon as he hit, I'm like, broken nose. And it was so cold that it was frozen blood and all that stuff in his nose. And I thought that was I'm like, oh, man, now we're going to see some football. And we saw it 10-9. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was less than eventful, somewhat disappointing.
Yes.
It just gave a lot of people fuel to talk about this week. And unfortunately, they're probably talking about the things that aren't moving on.
Yeah.
But more importantly, going into the playoffs, I'm ahead 3-1. And that's I'm holding my hat to that. Oh, wait a minute. I have a joke.
Uh-oh.
What do you call 47 people sitting around a TV watching the Super Bowl?
Cowboys?
The Cincinnati Bengals.
Or the Cowboys. Or the Giants.
What are we doing about Coach? Screw this week's football. Why is every team in the league calling Coach Tom for an interview?
I don't know.
Lacey's in the background going, he's ending up in Dallas. And I want everybody to turn away because I'm about to throw something sharp at her.
No, he won't, because we're not getting rid of our coach. So
yeah.
He's not coming here.
But I didn't know if I was going to throw up or pass out when I heard the Eagles asked to interview him. So he went to the Eagles. Earlier this week, he's talked to the 49ers. I forget who else is courting him, but all the teams are saying, hey, well, if you're going to still coach, then.
Yeah, but you're not supporting your coach. You're supporting the team. So. Yeah,
but I like Coach Tom. I knew him, so I'm like, what a good. I just want him to retire and play with his 11 grandkids and not go coach another team.
Yeah.
Then I can move on. But if so help me, I will say right now on football with Miss Paula, if Tom goes to the Eagles, I will lose my mind. I will lose my mind.
What are you gonna do? Throw a fit and
I will throw
stomp
a fit. I will, for the first 5 minutes of every game, I will act the fool.
Can we video it?
Oh, we will video it because I will do it right here on this podcast. It's so upsetting to me that but the smart move by the Eagles, take the guy. He knows the whole conference, for crying out loud. Mm-hmm. Instead, we're going to take the guy from Atlanta and interview him, which is, I don't know, whatever.
Well, we don't have to worry about anything right now. So
no, you guys are good. And the side note on your Dallas Cowboys, maybe all your voice has been heard about Greg Hardy.
We're going to get rid of him?
Yeah, it looks like they just kind of had enough. I guess more stuff has come up from the allegations. I hate that word.
Yeah,
the abuse in the picture. But the pictures have come out, and I think Dallas is, now that the season's over and there's no focus on it, I think he's slowly going to drift away.
Yeah, you can't, just like we had talked before about Dirty Brown. I mean, they're going to keep causing problems.
Yeah.
Get rid of them before it becomes too much.
And it's not the message. The league, especially now with everything that they're going through, because this movie's a huge thing for them. Mm-hmm. And that whole, but they're trying to paint a better picture of the league and that it's still a safe game because the players, and I read this, the players don't have a lot to lose here in the future. It's the teams in the league. Yeah. Financially have a lot to lose when this game falls to hell in a handbasket. Yeah. In this day and age, you can't have those guys doing that.
Yeah, I just don't see football in the next 5 years being the same.
No.
It's just, is it going to be fun to watch in 5 years?
I don't think, but by the rules, I can't wait to see how the rules change. And like, I firmly believe that the referees are going to now have tasers.
Yeah.
I think we're going to go Mad Max, and every game's going to be in Thunderdome. And as soon as they step out of line, personal foul, getting the cattle prod. Who knows what they're going to do? But the refs are not taking any crap this past week. I'm sure there's another referees meeting going into the division. So here we go. Let's talk about this Saturday.
Okay.
The Kansas City Chiefs.
And the cheaters.
Who are lucky playing your boy Tom Brady and the Patriots.
I'm going with the Chiefs.
Okay, look, I'm going to do it again because this is my claim to fame. There it is. I have the Chiefs locked off. Let me get here we go. How about, here's me, right, a little trivia. Tom Brady will play his 30th postseason game in the NFL. Mm-hmm. Only 2 guys have done that. Jerry Rice played 29, and then that Adam Vinatieri has played 30 games. So Tom Brady, I think that's a huge amount. Like, as much as you, and I say not just you, but as much as people don't like him,
right?
30 postseason games. This cat's destined for the Hall of Fame.
Oh yeah, of course.
Destined for the Hall of Fame. But they've had a challenging past couple weeks. So just a little trivia for him. But yeah, I'm going with the Chiefs as well. Yep. I think the Chiefs are just going to keep getting in there. Yep. And then we come to bipolar Rodgers. Hashtag Aaron. Hashtag bipolar. What is the State Farm commercial?
Discount double check.
Discount double check.
Thanks, Lace.
Thanks, Lacey. It's always the voices. And I used to think the voice was just in my head. It's not. She's standing right there.
Yeah.
So it's not double check. What is it? It's like double. I don't know what he is. Double personality. Discount double personality. The guy talks to himself and double. What is it? What can we make it? Come on. This is your time.
I know.
Hashtag think about it. Double dipping Rodgers, whatever.
We'll get back to that one.
We'll get back to him. But the Rodgers against the Cardinals.
I'm gonna go with Mr. Bipolar.
Yeah, I did too. I can't lie. I went with him too because I'm gonna stand by what I said at the beginning of the season. The Packers are ones to watch. Of course, we're watching Aaron Rodgers flip his lid a little bit. I think he's gone into a little la-la. I don't know, because he literally his Sybil. Hashtag Sybil Rodgers. Hashtag Sybil Rodgers.
There you go.
He went from happy to sad to wahoo to oh God, and just talks to himself. And I swear to God, he's the only guy I know who can shave 1 week and have a full beard the next.
I know.
Chemically imbalanced. That's because he's not taking an HGH.
Yeah, take the HGH. You'll be all right.
So that's Saturday. We both went with the Chiefs and we both went with the Pack.
Yes.
Takes us to Sunday. The Seahawks taking on Cam Newton. That's what is it called? The dab? What is that?
I don't know.
I saw everybody does the thing where he does the Superman thing. He buries his head in the cape.
Yeah, I'm going with Seattle.
Man, I went with Seattle.
Uh-oh.
This could be either a blessing or a curse. And then, not only that, they said they're looking forward to Carolina because it's like a 50-degree difference in weeks. Negative 25 to it should be at least 45 to 50 in Carolina.
Yeah.
And then the Steelers and the Broncos.
Ellis, on the count of 3, tell me who you picked. Ready?
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Broncos.
You went Broncos?
Yeah.
You know what? I know you're going to take that one. One, because Big Ben has the torn ligaments in his shoulder. I don't care how tough you are. You're not playing 4 quarters that way, especially limited practice, and especially missing Antonio Brown and things like that. So I think, and that kid who comes in for I don't even know his name. The kid who came in for Roethlisberger looks like he should be bagging my groceries at the Hy-Vee. How the hell he got a freaking – he looks like a porn star. He's got the Burt Reynolds mustache and the bouffant hair, and he comes out there and he's like, you guys want to play? You guys want to play? Is Ben hurt? I was like, who the hell? Anyway, that's my rant on that. So I picked the Steelers. I don't see them upsetting Peyton Manning, who will start over your boy Brock Osweiler. And I called it. I just want to let people know I've called these things. Like I'm looking over here right now. I called it. I said when Peyton is healthy, but you could put that Brock in against the I don't even know the kid's name. I gotta look it up.
Oh my goodness!
But that when you're watching a game, that's all you're gonna be thinking about when that kid's a quarterback. You're gonna be, oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And then Kip's gonna go, what are you laughing at?
Oh yeah, and then you gotta put this on and go, look what Bill's doing. He looked to me, it was like a guy, you found the guy, like he was like a valet guy. And you said, hey man, if you put this uniform on, we'll let you on the field. To me, I don't know if it just struck me that way because I was so dizzy from watching the other football games, but I didn't know what to think of it. So that's it. That's what we got going on this week in the division. It leads us to the conference. I'm upset. It was an upsetting week of football.
Is it over yet?
Two more weeks. Wait a minute. This is my flash news update.
I'm not sure if this is true, but it says with an injury to Bruce.
Can you hear?
Yes.
An injury to Bruce. Like you're on the radio. You got to speak up.
The Steelers met with quarterback. No, this is old. Sorry.
Oh, jeez. This is why. This is why there's a boo. You just got booed from Paula. You're out.
Because I thought it said they were putting Vic in.
No, they're putting Manziel's coming from. He's driving from Cleveland to. How about that? They're still bringing people in. RG3. If he shows up in Pittsburgh, I'll lose my mind.
Again.
I'm going to lose my mind a lot in this divisional playoff. So that's it. That's what we got. Paula said you're out. Your news is you're giving us stuff from 2000.
Landry Jones is the backup quarterback. Is what I'm trying
Landry
to say.
Jones is a
valet. Don't get hot.
Yeah. Paula said don't get hot. Don't put any bass in that voice. You can't even order. You can't even order takeout without getting your parents' consent over the phone. Landry Jones is the backup. He's the guy who's working valet in the parking lot, and they need a backup for Big Ben, so they get him a uniform.
Landry Jones.
Landry Jones. We'll look him up, Google him, and we'll have fun in his experience.
We don't care.
Yeah. Landry Jones. We don't care. Hashtag, what was it? Sybil Rodgers.
Hashtag Sybil.
Hashtag, by the way, your hashtag went viral last week.
Oh, I know. I saw a lot of people were using it.
People were retweeting it, and some guy sent me a tweet, and I say some guy because I can't go back that far and look it up. And he wasn't even talking about our show. And at the end of it, it was HGH all around.
Nice.
So he watches the show, doesn't talk to me about football, and at the end, HGH all around. So this week's hashtag. Wait a minute, did I put it up there? Oh, I didn't put it up there. We're going to get that banner up there. Hashtag on football with Miss Paula. This week's hashtag is Sybil Rodgers.
Sybil Rodgers.
And that's because Aaron Rodgers comes out with the boo-boo face, gets happy like someone, put the straw in the sippy cup and then took the sippy cup away, and then he gets the sippy cup back. And what a great guy. But so your badass is out. J.J. Watt.
I know.
So all your chips are on who now? Who's your guy in the playoffs?
I don't know.
You're almost stuck with Sybil Rodgers because you're a fan of his.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel bad now.
I'll have to think about this one.
Okay. I stumped you. I want an answer next week.
You got it.
I want to know and we'll know better by next week for sure who's in this goofy.
I'll tweet it.
Tweet it out. What's that? She's doing it again.
What'd she say?
She's actually just amusing herself at my expense right now. Like it hurts I feel like Antonio Brown. Look at my head go this way, and I'm about to fall back. All right, that's it. You have our picks for this week. That's Miss Paula. Our hashtag is Sybil Rodgers. We'll do this again next week. Everybody pay attention to football. We got a lot to talk about. Tweet us. You can tweet me at Bill DeMott, and you can tweet Paula at Paula, SOPPPAULA. As we say every week, I'm Bill DeMott. This is the Bill DeMott Experience. That's Miss Paula.
Peace out.
Do what you say what you mean what you do. We're out of here.
Visit VinceRussoBrand.com to sign up for exclusive VIP content. You get over 20 new video shows monthly, including Vixens Who Rule and The Swerve, where Vince Russo interviews stars in wrestling and beyond. Listen to Vince and Jeff Lane discuss weekly news and rumor and review Attitude Era Raws. Also, watch the cult hit Bucket Full of Chicken next. Go to VinceRussoBrand.com and click the red subscribe button to join now.